Hi, I'm Rob and this is Gems of War. In this video I'll be looking in Soulforge and giving you my opinion on what I think is good and bad in there, what to craft and what to ignore. After this video I'll be doing a second video today as well on my Tower of Doom team, so be sure to check that out later on. What I always recommend first of all on every single Monday is to pop over to Weekly Event and make sure you grab the latest troop, which is Abject of Despond. It's going to cost 400 glory for a single one. And what this does is destroys all gems of the most used enemy colour, so you have to look at the enemy team and work that out. Then eliminate 3 magic from all enemies. If the spawn is on my team, eliminate 3 more magic. So yeah, an interesting spell, but nothing fantastic either. And the traits are Omen of Dark, explode a purple gem at the start of battle. So that's a one-time only thing, it's not going to do it every single round, it's just literally at the start of battle. It's going to explode a purple gem and that is the end of that, so that's a pretty useless trait. Accursed, all enemies lose 2 random skill points, so. And Mana Shield, immunity to Mana Burn, Mana Drain and Mana Steal, which is by far the most useful of its 3 traits, but always worth grabbing. And what I tend to do, if you've got enough glory, is boost that all the way to Mythic. Buy that, then I go back out into my troop section, ascend that to Mythic, then come back in again, and buy another 3 of them, because basically, just for the sake of it, you can have 4 of these in the team then, if in the future that is viable for any reason whatsoever. What I also do on a day like this as well, on a Monday, is come in and grab the 10 lots of Spoils of War. It's a really easy way of getting some more event keys, a bit more gold, and some souls. If you've got like a load of glory left over, it's always worth popping in and doing this. Right, now onto the Soulforge itself. Here we go, Monday, slow service again. Oh, you wouldn't believe it, would you? When are they going to sort the servers out? Seriously. Got more players coming into this game all the time. Monday's one of the busier days. And every Monday you get slow, horrible, nasty servers. Alright, let's take a look at the weapons first. Start at the bottom. I'm going to ignore these ones because these are ones that I can craft because I'm on Soulforge level 20 now, and I'm also not going to be looking at the ones that are here all the time, like Trick and Treat and Duskbringer, etc. Right, Sickle of Sin. Deal a certain amount of damage to an enemy boosted by Sin of Mirage allies, then create a mix of 6 red and purple gems for each Sin of Mirage ally. So another one of these in this long running sequence of these type of weapons where they're doing these for each kingdom. And they're okay. I don't think they're anything fantastic myself, but they're okay and worth picking up if you don't have them already, because they're not too bad. Just 300 diamonds, but if you do have a nice Sin of Mirage team that you like to use quite a lot, then especially if they use red and purple, then that is obviously worth grabbing. Scythe McScytheface, 75 diamonds and a few other bits and bobs. Choose a colour and explode 4 gems of that colour. Deal a certain amount of damage to all enemies of that colour. So not that great a weapon. You're not going to get that much mana regeneration from 4 gems exploding, and even then you're only going to do damage to all enemies of that colour which you chose. So yeah, nothing fantastic, more just completist than anything. Jack-o'-lantern. Inflict 1 to 4 status effects on an enemy and explode 4 gems of their colour. So that's okay, like, that's right, it's nothing fantastic again, but not a sort of weapon you're going to see very much, but worth collecting if you don't have it and you have plenty of diamonds to spare. Let's just put the Doomed Crossbow to the bottom so we see what's coming next. Doomed Crossbow. 900 diamonds and a bunch more different resources. Very good doomed weapon. Deals damage to all enemies, +1 per tempering level. Transform blue gems to doom skulls, and if the enemy has a doom, create 5 more. Gain 3 mana for each red enemy. So a decent weapon, deals a lot of damage, and you can look at the screen and make sure that first of all, when you transform blue, you're going to get a 4 match, so you can cast that when it's really safe if you like, and that's going to do a hell of a lot of damage. So that is a decent doomed weapon, and I do like that one a lot. I'm going to skip these ones out because they are there all the time and in previous Soulforge videos. Dune Magi. Just noticed that before, a lot of the doomed weapons were the same kind of cost, but this one's actually slightly cheaper. This one costs 800 diamonds, 50,000 souls, 2,000 amethyst, whatever it is, and 8 celestials, where the crossbow Costs 900 diamonds, so 100 more, 10,000 more souls, and a couple more celestials as well. So that's good that they've actually done that. It's not something I've noticed in the past, but I could be wrong on that. But yeah, this is clearly not as good as Doom's Crossbow. Creates 4 brown gems plus 1 gem per tempering level, then give a certain amount of armor to all purple allies, and if the enemy has a Doom, eliminate all armor from a random enemy. So you need to have all purple allies in your team for this to be super effective, and even then it's not that great a weapon, to be honest. I much prefer the doomed weapons that do the damage via Doom Skulls and converting a colour to a Doom Skull. Keystone, very cheap, 75 diamonds, some souls and a few celestials. Gain a barrier and give life to an ally, then cleanse and enchant them. Can be useful, but generally there are just better weapons around, more completist again. And Scythe of Sin. Remove all red gems and deal a certain amount of damage to an enemy, boosted by gems removed. If the enemy is from Sinner Mirage, deal double damage. So you need to be battling a team from Sinner Mirage for this to be effective, and even then it's only fairly low really and nothing fantastic. So quite clearly the pick of the bunch from here is, without any shadow of a doubt, the Doom's Crossbow. Really, really good weapon. Can be really devastating in the right team, and that is the one I would grab weapon-wise. Troops. Ignore these ones at the bottom. This Darksmith Drenzer is only there because I have the Soulforge again onto level 20. Hatai Ascendant, Jonas Tower, and Rage Kurandara Zulgoth are there all the time, and in previous videos. Starting on the first ones that's not there all the time is Champion of Anu. Silence, stun and drain all mana from an enemy and deal damage to them and all enemies below them. The traits, the best one is the third one. All blue allies gain 1 to all stats at the start of each turn. The second one's pretty decent too. Reduce damage from skulls by 60%. The thing is, with a troop like this, you can't deal the most damage. You obviously need to hit the enemy in first place. And if you do need to actually hit somebody further down, say in third place, because they're ready to cast and you want to drain their mana, then you're only going to be doing damage to them and the enemy below, so it does less damage that way. That third trait is not bad. This can work in an all-blue team with knights maybe, but apart from that, it's not that fantastic anymore, I don't think. Xanathos is there all the time and in previous videos. Urali deals true damage to all enemies, boosted by Naga and Undead, and summon a Bone Naga. The traits, Immunity Devour is particularly useful, and poison all enemies on 4 or 5 gem matches is useful again if you're in a team that concentrates on poison to boost damage. Or kill people, things like that. But again, it's an okay troop. The damage is okay-ish. One of the best things about it is that summon a Bone Naga. One of the best things about a Bone Naga is if you have the third trait that has Infernal Armor, which is reflect 25% of skull damage. And the good thing about the summon is that it will obviously go into the next available slot, which is usually the first slot. And then that reflect is one of the most fun ways for me to kill an enemy. It always brings a smile to my face when an enemy causes you skull damage and ends up killing themselves via the reflect. I do like that part of that kind of spell. Jotnar Storm Shield deals true damage to an enemy, boosted by barriered allies and giant allies. Nothing fantastic about the traits either. That spell's a little bit lame and the traits are not that great anyway. Give a random ally a barrier on 4 or 5 gem matches is obviously the best one, and the other two are pretty useless, to be honest. His spell's just pretty mediocre. He's kind of outdated these days. Nothing special about him anymore in any way, shape or form. Unlike pharos-ra, still, if you're a newer player or you've just started playing the game and you have enough diamonds, absolutely go out and just get this guy. You're only getting him for that third trait. Gain 150% bonus souls from battle. Getting this guy on your team as an early player is going to save you potentially hundreds of hours on collecting souls. I'm not even kidding. If you're going to play this game for a long time, like that 150% bonus souls is going to be an absolute game changer for you. Oh, I've never actually. This is still one that I haven't got myself, but I don't need souls anymore, so I'll only be crafting him when I need it, just for completist reasons. But if you're a newer player, just get this guy as soon as you can, because it's going to make a massive, massive difference to your rate of souls that you collect. Stick him in a team with Phylactery, Sacrificial Priest, and maybe Leprechaun, and you've got a really good souls team, which are going to gain you absolutely tons of souls really quickly. And as an early player, you need souls to level your troops. They are one of the most important things early game. So I can't say it anymore. Just get this guy if you're a newer player and you do have the diamonds. Absolutely essential. Squad Reborn, and they're the ones, I think that one's there all the time, is he? Yes, he is. Gruz the Undefeated is legendary, so we're into the legendaries now. Let's check these out quickly, but I never recommend crafting the legendaries. Like I always say every week, they pop up far more often in the chests. Mythics don't. Just save your diamonds for the mythics. There's hardly any legendaries I would say that are like absolutely essential, worth crafting. But this guy deals a certain amount of damage to an enemy, then curses them and inflicts 2 to 4 stacks of bleed. It's a single hit spell, so again, nothing special, and I think his name is actually a lie because he's been defeated many times. Gain 8 mana when an enemy dies. Reduce damage from skulls by 25% and deal double skull damage versus humans are okay if unspectacular traits. Krog the Dread. Deals damage to the last 2 enemies, and if there are 13 or more gems, summon a random daemon. Yeah, again, nothing fantastic about that. 5% chance to devour on skull damage is interesting, and impervious is very good as well. Immune to all status effects, devour, lycanthropy, and mana burn. Bunny Nog, quite interesting, versus knights. Deal 5 times skull damage versus knights, as well as start battles with 50% mana, and reduce damage from skulls by 20% is a decent set of traits, especially if you are fighting a knight team. The actual spell is to deal damage to an enemy, and if the enemy is a knight, deal double damage, and there's a 50% chance to devour knights. So this is obviously designed to just wreck knight teams, which you do not come across very often anymore, so not worth crafting, just wait for it to pop up in a chest. Goblin King, remove all gems of a chosen colour, gain 8 life, boosted by gems removed, and summon a goblin, and gain the obligatory goblin extra turn. Gain 20 life if in last position, is obviously the best trait, even though it's just a one-off thing, and recover 1 life at the start of each turn, and immune to poison are nothing special traits overall. So absolutely 100% without any shadow of a doubt the best troop in here today that doesn't pop up here every single month or week is pharos-ra. Absolutely essential for your newer player, and he's there and you've got the diamonds, go get him absolutely right away. But there's the video. As I said, I've got the my team coming up for the next battle. I forget what it's called now, whatever the event is called. My team for that is coming up in the next video, which I'll be doing today as well. And there's a Soulforge review. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like and subscribe. And thanks for watching. See you again next time. Bye for now.